Okay, welcome back. Today I got a present from Traverse Tools. I always want to put an L in there, Travelers. But Traverse Tool. It's where I got my combination made little from. That machine over there. And got a present from them. Oh, so just a box in a box. That's all it is. And of course, flyer. What's on sale this week? Flex hones. Use those a lot in automotive. They're fun. They're good. They work. Insert sales. Yeah, looks like a bunch of insert sales this month. This is a 4-jaw chuck for the OTMT OT25531. Open this up. Where the T-wrench was. There's the baby. It's not as greasy and slimy as most of the chucks that I've seen. You can tell someone had this apart, put it together, and the jaws don't line up when you tin them all. Oh no, this is, sorry, I'm even blowing it. This isn't even a scroll chuck, sorry. It's an independent 4-jaw. I forgot why I ordered. So, that looks good. I mean, definitely feels, I don't feel any chunkiness to it. No grinding dust and everything else you usually come across. Everything's nice and clean, just oily. A little dust in the oil. And I think these are just the reversible jaws. Yeah. So that's only one set of jaws, just reversible. It's a Sanou, S-A-N-O-U, model number K72-125. So impressed. Okay. No terrible machine and dust in there. And smooth as you can want it. Yeah, I mean, really nothing. Take it all apart here and see what we got. Just marked. I don't see any marks on these at all, but just in case, I'll mark them as I take them apart. I don't think it matters on this one. Independent jaws, but can't hurt. I'm very very happy how smooth this works without even cleaning it. There's a little dust in the oil. Chunky back there. Get my Allen keys. Always one size off, no matter what you do. And on this machine, the spindle is not threaded. It's a 3-bolt, basically a flat faceplate that 3 bolts bolt to. So this backing plate bolts to the backing plate that is part of the spindle. So I'm not even sure if you have to machine this. Say back here, these 3 holes, what bolts onto the spindle, and of course 4 bolts onto the chuck. So I'm not even sure if you have to machine this to fit the backing plate to fit, or is it just direct bolt on? I'd assume it's a machine to fit, but so I figured I'd take it all apart. You can see it's oily, but it's not clean, so I'm happy with that. So let's go over to the machine and see if this will fit right on. I'll bring you back. Now, of course, I have to take off the 3-jaw chuck first. Always works that way. You always have something bolted to it. And it's a tight fit. I wish they just made the backing plate just a little bit bigger. An inch would be nice. I have plenty of room back there. Just get the bolts off. It's a tight fit. I don't like the design myself, but I can see why they do it. I'd rather have a threaded spindle. But hey, I didn't design the machine. And the only thing good about a small machine is you don't need a crane or any help lifting off the chuck. That's the only plus to a small machine. Okay. So, and another thing, you can see the 3-jaw chuck that comes with the machine is, I think, basically made for the machine. There's no backing plate, there's no nothing. It bolts directly to the plate, which is nice. This 4-jaw should come like that. And they should be able to make a 4-jaw that bolts directly instead of making a universal setup, but like everything else, yeah, I'm gonna have to machine that to fit. You're talking just a hair. So yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, it almost feels like it would go on with just a cleanup. It's very, very close. Let me make sure I don't have any burrs on this. Shouldn't be. And there's a little one there. Right where the bolts go through, probably when you're taking off the chuck and it drops a little bit by gravity. I try to hold it in place, but it's not heavy, but there's little burrs there. And this is just very light. See? It is. I mean, it goes on there. Just not all the way. So I think I'm just going to try to sand and clean up the edge here, because this supposedly is made for the machine, so they should just bolt up. There's nowhere where it says you have to machine this. But I'll clean this up. I'll bring you back. Okay, I'm just gonna stone right where the bolts go through the backing plate. Like I said, it looks like that's how tight it is here. Just get a bolt in there. When you're taking off the chuck and the bolt just drops a little bit, it just nicks the back plate just a little bit. Just making sure there's no burr there. And the 3-jaw chuck runs almost dead on. I didn't realize, I just had to basically just give it a little cleaning when I first took it apart. I'm hoping this 4-jaw will be pretty, no, it doesn't have to be pretty close to the 4-jaw. But just a little nick there. Try to take off the edge a little bit. Lightest stone I have. Okay, didn't touch the backing plate yet. Yeah. It goes on where it holds itself. Just, yeah, I mean, if you put the bolts in there, it might suck up, but getting it off will be a pain. So I'm going to go over to the bench and just clean up the surface. There's no machine involved. I mean, it's half thousands at the most. I'll be back. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just taking a small stone. You can see this one I already did. Just lightly stone the inside edge. And just trying to clean it up. I think that's all it's going to need to fit. I think I could force it on there if I tried, but it's a little rough. I can feel some slight burrs, especially around the countersunk bolt holes for to bolt the chuck on. But I'm not trying to take any metal off. Just trying to clean up the edge here. I think that will do it. I'll bring you back. Little high spots around the holes, of course. This is the very light brown stone. This hole might be small enough to fit in the middle there, but it isn't. I'm going to take some fine sandpaper and just go over that. I'll search for my drawers and see if I have a stone that's broken in half. I always put the broken stone somewhere, but I tend to never be able to find them. This is with the chuck bolts too, and that felt fine, but I'll give a quickie. Yeah, definitely a little cleaning up there. Let me clean this good and we'll see if it fits. Back over the chuck. I say no machining, just clean up. That goes on all the way. It's a little tight. You know, with the chuck on there, you'll be able to take it off. But that's on there. I have to do a little more cleanup, I think. Just a tad, a little stoning. It's moving. There we go. Little screwdriver. So, yeah, so I'm just gonna, I haven't even taken sandpaper there, so I'll just sand that. We should be good. And then I'll make sure the bolt pattern's the same. I haven't even checked that yet. So, let me get some sandpaper. Okay, just a light sanding. Trying to get just a light sand on the inner edge there to make it come off a little smoother. Hard to get in these tight circles. And I did give it a little more stone in, just with the light stone. Found a couple burrs, especially right around the bolt holes there, those sharp corners. I can definitely catch. So I stone those a little bit more. And just clean up the inside of this. Okay, swing you around here. Tilt the camera up. And this is completely dry, no oil at all, so oh yeah, that's perfect now. Now you can spin it by hand. Still catches one spot, but like I say, that's dry. Let's see if the bolt holes line up. That's going to be the test. And hopefully the bolts are the same thread. No, wait. Okay, I'm lining up with the wrong hole here. Yeah. And once I mount it and make sure it spins true, I have a mark on the backing plate on the spindle, and I'll match it once I'm happy with how it runs. I got my 3-jaw chuck marked, so it seems repeatable. Every time I put it back on, tested it, it's dead on. Yeah, so the bolt holes all line up. And this backing plate came mounted to the chuck, so I'm almost positive that I don't have to do any machining here. Shouldn't have to. Came as a unit, but so I don't know if I definitely don't have to worry about the inside diameter. I don't know if they want you to face it or not, but I'll tighten this up and I'll get my dial indicator set and we'll measure it. How about that? I'll bring you back for that. Okay, I'm just gonna clean up the chuck a little bit. Make sure there's no high, burrs, casting marks, anything that'll interfere in a good reason. This came bolted onto the chuck, so I know it fits good. So I don't want to take any metal off. This is just 220 wet dry sandpaper. Just polishing up the surfaces and the edges. I have those LED lights off. Like I say, play havoc with the dial indicator face. I have my flat tip on there. So hopefully the bolt holes, the outer bolt holes are right to the edge and the inner bolt holes are right to the inner edge. So there's no way to indicate this without running right on the edge of a bolt hole. So I put the flat tip on. Zoom you in here. That's pretty good. Got a little jumpiness here. Let me see if I can adjust this a little bit better on the edge here. I have to say, at the most 3/10, maybe 4/10, not even a half thou, so that's pretty much dead on. I'm happy with that. So that was basically a direct fit flange. All I had to do was clean up the edges on the backing plate to mount it to the spindle backing plate. Like I say, there's no threads on this, so it's a bolt on. So far I'm very happy with this chuck. I'll take this off now and clean up the chuck, and we'll go from there. So I blew up the chuck. Just clean, making sure the bolt holes are clean. I'll Loctite the backing plate to the chuck, because I should never have to take this off, hopefully. But I'll still use just blue Loctite just in case. I see no reason I'll have to ever take it apart. Loctite. Clean off the bolts here, and they still got some oil on them. Brake cleaner to the rescue. This backing plate came with the chuck. Pretty good shipping on this. I ordered it on Wednesday and it came first thing this morning, so I was surprised with how Amazon's deliveries have been terrible lately. So, but UPS got it right away. I'm pretty lucky. I live like less than 20 miles away from the UPS hub in the area, so usually my deliveries are pretty much on the first trucks that go out the door. But there's also another hub that's sometimes they get brought out, which is like an hour away, so Sometimes it's a pain, but alright. So that's it. So that's the chuck and backing plate. Say I'm not even gonna, don't have to clean these jaws or anything. I'm just gonna wipe them down, oil them, put the jaws in, and put it back on the lathe. So I'll bring you back and plug in this camera and charge it up. Alrighty, sorry for the weird angle. The camera has to be plugged in and charged in here. I have to buy another battery for this thing. It's not lasting long at all. So basically what I'm doing is I just quickly clean the scroll out. It really didn't. This is the first chuck I ever got that didn't really need a deep cleaning. There's no machining dust in there more than just a little bit in the oil. So I basically just wiped everything down and blew it out quickly, and that's it. I mean, that's as smooth as I could hope for. And that's exactly how it came out of the box. My hands are pretty much just dirty from when I was stoning it, but there's no junk on this at all. It is surprisingly very clean. So I'll give a heads up for the company, the Travis Tool and the OTMT brand machine I have. This is a direct replacement part made by Sanou, or Sanou, however it's pronounced. And I'll make, there's already been a shot of the box in with the part number, but the part number is a K72-125. That's the Sanou part number. And of course it has a different part number for my machine. I don't know if it's a direct, like the backing plate is machine, I think this is they matched the backing plate and selling under a, the universal chuck, and the backing plate is turned into a part number for my machine. But that's it. That's the easiest chuck I've dealt with. I haven't dealt with many, but usually I buy the cheap import ones and you have to spend an hour really cleaning. I spent a little bit of time on this one because I just wanted to, because it's so nice. I just deburred the edges and made sure it's ready to go. So, but the other ones I had to take the scrolls all apart, clean everything, deburr, file. This one basically you could have just sprayed down with a can of penetrating oil and went to town with it. So I'll bring you back over to the machine and we'll bolt this up. Okay, we're back over here. Already mounted the back end plate before. So I got a match mark on the backing plate to the spindle backing plate, or spindle plate. Let's see. This is a 3-bolt flange, the stock spindle. I guess it's good points and bad points, but what can you do? I'd rather have a threaded, like a 1.25 by 8 spindle. That's a pretty good through hole. I think it's like 1.25 through hole, so and stick out a pretty good sized pipe in here. For the size machine, it's not bad. You can install this with pretty easily one hand, holding it there. So not a good plus or small machine. Good news, I found a very thin wrench in my old tool drawer. Cheap tools that you buy at flea markets and everything. This is a Wakefield, made in Worcester, Massachusetts. That's probably why I bought it, because it's a company that's not around anymore. It's about 18 miles away from my house. So I probably picked this thing up years ago just because it was made in the area. Wakefield number 55, 1/2 inch and 9/16. And it fits this perfect for this chuck. And all I do is I snug him down, and I just give him one little tap. I have a lead hammer. I give him a final tap whip to seat it. My hands are all oily from the oil dripping out of the chuck, so I oiled it up. Oily. So when you first spin the chuck up, now you're going to get oil flying everywhere. One of the downfalls of putting oil on the chuck. That's it. Get all these in, and I can spin the machine up and hold a rag on it so the oil doesn't go flying everywhere. Not trying to get it perfect, just in there so the ends aren't sticking out. Stand out of the way as I hopefully don't shoot oil too far. I get rid of most of it. Well, yeah. I know it's not a true test, but I didn't feel vibration or anything at all. So I'm very happy with this chuck. I miss my using a 4-jaw. I had, have one on my little Atlas lathe, but that's tucked on the side bench. So I haven't used it in a while. So it'll be nice to go back to using it. I enjoyed the 4-jaw. So that's it for this video. If I machine something interesting, I'll include in the video. If not, I'll just post it, because I just want this posted to show the quality of this unit. It's pretty impressive for the price. Well, yeah, for other lathes too. This one is a deal, so I can't complain at all. Have a good day. Okay, I'm playing with the 4-jaw, the new 4-jaw, and figured I'll be making some more T-nuts sooner or later. I bought some aluminum cut-offs, so I figured I'd get 2 T-nuts out of each of them. I'm doing some long ones just with one center hole and making a very long T-nuts, but this will be the regular size one, so figured I'll use the 4-jaw to drill a couple off-center holes just for fun. I mean, I could set this up in the mill a lot quicker, but this is just playing with the 4-jaw. So what I do, I center the thin parts first. So I already did that off camera, so I know that's centered. Then I just put I center punch the holes where I want to drill, and I just put a little center drill in the tailstock, lock it down in place, and I adjust the long jaws to where it lines up with the center drill. Go down just a little bit here. And that is basically lined up. So I'll snug everything down. Yeah. No DRO, no reading, just basically lay it on the pot, center on the machine. And let's see how that goes here. Feels pretty smooth. It's only aluminum, so it's not way off center. I'll go 5/16 hole now. 3/8 tap. These will be 3/8 by 16 thread. What my T-nuts all at. These are a little nice stuff to mill these down there, a little extra long. I'm just playing with the four-jaw here. Guess I'll bring you along to show you how I get the next hole lined up. Like I say, just put the little center drill in there with a nice pointy tip. You could put anything with the centering tip in there. But just like any other jaw, I just loosen up one of the side ones. You work it over. It does, I just have these jaws pretty snug, so it does mar up the finish. So if you're worried about that, you have to back them off more, but I still have to machine those sides, so I'm not worried about it. And once you get pretty close, remember to tighten down your tailstock so it is centered. Still have to go down a little bit. It's pretty good. It's off just a tad, but I mean, it's not worried. I'm not worried about it. So the center point move just a bit. That says for where's my drill chuck key? What I'm doing, that's perfectly fine. It's T-nuts. That's I like four-jaw. I like playing this way. tap these when they're in the mill. This machine's a lot easier tapping in the mill than with the tailstock, but that's my fun with the new 4-jaw chuck. I like it. So far, I'm happy with it. Holds good. And pretty quick work. Yeah, let me edit this video and I'll get it out there. Okay. Here's the chuck I got. This was made directly from my machine. It was a complete just clean up and bolt on. I already had a little fun. Just 4-jaw off-center drilling. Making more T-nuts. Seem like I can never have enough T-nuts. Well, I just like making them one to the other. I'm just trying different styles and different materials. But that is me. Wrong way. There's the machine again. Yes, I took the top off. I don't have that on. Makes changing the speeds easy without the top cover on. I know it's a safety thing, but you have to reach up there to get into it, so can't see me getting in there that often. That's the machine. That's the chuck. Let me edit a video. Have a good day now.